Do you want to know the loophole that this micro YouTube channel uses to make $163,000 every single month? Let me put it to you this way. If you only get 2% of that sub count, which is 1,400 subscribers, 1,400, that's $3,260 every single month. Or 1,600 for 700 subscribers. Literally a YouTube channel with 700 subscribers hitting almost 2K per month. That's what you're about to learn. How to hit $57,000 on YouTube by literally re-uploading trending videos. And trust me when I say you have never heard this method before and the tool used to do it. So if you'd like to be the first to take advantage before it gets all saturated, make sure you do stick around. Now, this is totally up to you. I've hit $1,000, $2,000 days, and I'm by no means saying you're guaranteed to have the same exact results because I don't know how much work you're going to put into it. But there's one website I recommend to anybody looking to hit their first 5 to 10K month online. If you'd like to find out about that website, stick around until the end of this video. But before we get ahead of ourselves here, if you would like to make a full-time income from your couch and you're interested in videos about making money on the internet and building an online business, consider clicking the subscribe button below and turning on notifications. Right, now since we are re-uploading and we're not creating our own videos, we will likely get videos demonetized. You likely won't make ad revenue on these videos, so instead I'm going to be showing you a way to make money on YouTube without AdSense and then a little bit with. But here's an example of what can be done just by re-uploading clips here on YouTube. So as you can see, this channel, Funny Plots, all it is quote-unquote cute videos, right? So just stuff about cats, baby animals, babies, etc. All they do is pull up different cat compilations and cut them together. Literally, that's it. Like these guys, they go on YouTube, search cat compilation, they'll put together clips. It's that simple. So what you could do is just about the same, right? You're gonna right click, open each video up. So we have a few open here, and then you're gonna go ahead and click, go on Google and just search YouTube downloader on Y2Mate. And you can just paste in the clips there. So literally you download that, and then let me just show you what that looks like. Right, so let me pull up the video editor now. So you can use any video editor you'd like. If you'd like to stick around, I'm going to be going over an auto video editor. So literally stuff like this, hitting 57K, you can automate this entire process, the entire video creation process, because we've built a auto video editor. There's nothing like it, literally. If you'd like to find out about that video editor and how you can get the early bird beta access, stick around to the end of this video. But regardless, on Mac you can use iMovie. Anything simple works, right? So on here I'm using Wondershare Filmora. You can use that. Anything simple, any minimal video editors can do this very easily. So that's all you're going to do. You're going to download those clips, right? And you're just going to split, cut, split, and just start moving things around, right? Obviously you're gonna have to remove anything that has the channel, main channel name. We're gonna split that out of there. Maybe even just to show you, like basically this is what you'd be doing. You'd cut together 2 to 3 different videos so that it's unique, right? You're not just stealing somebody else's content completely. And literally that's it. That's how you're going to be editing videos that you re-upload. Now on Funny Plots, they do have a mixture, right? They make, let me switch over. So they make videos that are monetized as well as videos that aren't. And yeah, that's what we'll be doing as well. But for the most part, we're going to be focused on making money without Google ad revenue or YouTube ad revenue. Now there's one main way to do this. You probably heard of it. It's called Patreon. I'm sure you've heard of it. Like you saw before, they're making 163K per month on a very small channel just on Patreon. That's because they're doing it correctly. There's a right and a wrong way to do Patreon, and it's not, the right way is not just throwing the link in the description and hoping people. No, you need to give people a reason to want to sign up for your Patreon, and there's a way we can do that with any kind of channel. But that's one small monetization method. The next that I recommend in almost every video is affiliate marketing. So what you can do when you're editing this video, sign up for what's known as ClickBank. This is where you can go. It's a marketplace of different product creators where they share products with people like you and me and give you a percentage of all the sales you make. So you don't need to make your own product or anything like that. So a great example, right? So like this is funny cat videos. The demographic is pretty wide. You can go ahead and promote anything related to a pet owner. The way you would do that is in your video, you can have a little call to action like, hey guys, in the video link in the description is a brand new leash that is sweeping pet owners by. So you get what I'm saying. If you're going to be promoting on ClickBank, but for the most part, we're going to be relying on Patreon done right. So let's start. We're going to need a Patreon first. So let's start out by creating our account. So you're going to go create an account on Patreon, and then select create. Once you do that, now you're going to just go through here. So videos, continue. 18 plus, no it does not. Sorry, no it doesn't. Pick your currency, so we're in the US, USD. Then I'm just going to connect my YouTube here. But alright, so you're almost ready to launch. Now we're going to go ahead and start customizing, where we're going to add in all of this basic information. Once we do that, we can get our main call to action. Right, okay, so we're just filling out all this basic information. A dragon, of course, BFF, best friends forever with teddy bears. You know, gotta look as manly as possible. But all jokes aside, make sure this is lined up with what your channel is about. So we'll get to that in a second, but just so that you see the setup of this. We're just gonna save this. We have to verify some of our other stuff, but then you want to go over to getting paid. I would recommend selecting monthly, and then select charge patrons up front. That way you are going to actually get paid for it. Right, now here is where really it's the most important aspect of all of this. Tiers. What I would recommend is selecting one tier, literally just one tier of $5, and in that make it a very, very compelling offer. So we're going to edit this, we're going to delete it, edit this, delete it, and then here is where we can start editing. So I would make this one 5. See if we can just leave it like that. Tier title, official patron, I guess is fine. One benefit in each tier, and then in your actual tier description is what's going to have to be the most compelling thing. So here are a few examples, right? So funny block, since we're using this as our example. Obviously this, I made mine around me as a creator, but I just kind of threw in basic information. What we're going to talk about now for this, because we are using this as an example, is the whole pet owner thing. So an example of one thing you can add is a pet owner's guide, a full guide. Next one could be a full resources doc. So let's say you build a Google spreadsheet of the best brands and the cheapest brands to order pet accessories, food, etc. online. You could have something like a Google Doc with all coupon codes, so discounts to all the local pet or all the online pet stores that you can find. Possibly just try to identify relevant resources, something that would compel somebody. And then what you can also do is have a private, say something like Snapchat or Instagram, where you only interact with people who subscribe to that tier, and the benefit they would get is something like tips on if your pet or dog training, dog grooming, whatever it is. Have some other offer, and getting them to follow a private social media account. Something like that would be ideal, right? For multiple reasons. Obviously, it's a benefit to a pet owner, but also now you have a full social media account of people who are willing to spend money. So you have a buyer-heavy audience, right? And then you could remarket other things. But it's that simple, right? So the pet owner's guide, coupon codes, etc. They all get access to that for $5 each month, and then the reason why you're making that social media account is so you can retain them on that $5 a month. Maybe something else like in your videos you or on your, let's say like funny blocks, right? They have 3-minute videos. Well, on some you can make just 1-minute videos and make them some of your best videos. Some of your, like, just find trending topics, and we're going to get into that in a second as well. But just make trending videos 1 minute. So when you're putting in a lot of effort into any video, make it a minute, and then have the option, a link in the description telling them if you subscribe on Patreon, you get the full weekly video, right? So each week you put in a lot of effort to make one video, and in order for them to get access to the full thing, they pay $5 on Patreon. On top of getting everything else, they get that. But now we spoke on Patreon, we spoke on ClickBank shortly. Let's now talk on how you can actually grow this YouTube account. So again, if we're using pets as our example, what I would do is identify other cat compilation channels, right? We're going to look up cat compilation. Now what you want to do is download, it's called vidIQ. It's a Chrome extension that will add these overlays onto the YouTube search results, so you can see the number of subscribers, the like to dislike ratio, but more importantly, so let's go here, Funny Animals Life. We have this channel. You go to videos, and now because of vidIQ, trending and stats is pulled up here. We're going to click on trending. This is where you can tell what videos are most popular, right? So you can go on YouTube and you can see and sort by most viewed or most popular, but that's not giving you an accurate depiction on the interest, the current interest in a topic, right? You could have a video that's got 10 million views, but it's something that people were interested in 2 years ago, right? Or 6 months ago. Whereas with this trending tab, you can see what people are actively interested in. So here are a bunch of video topics that you can now replicate for yourself, and you know this is something that people are going to be interested in, right? So now on Patreon, you can make these videos. You know there's a lot of demand there, so people are going to be willing to spend money on Patreon. When we're throwing like the pet owner's guide and all these coupon codes, we're going off of a general assumption that people are going to be interested in them. But when you're using something like this trending tab, you know people are interested in these videos. So if you do make a shorter version, there's a good chance that people are going to want to watch the full thing, right? If they're getting this many views, there's a good chance. What I would suggest doing as well is mainly focusing on older videos, because if it's a new video, 2,000 views per hour may be normal for this channel, right? So 700k subs, this may be normal. So what we want to do is find a video that's old and is still getting those numbers. Now a lot of these websites, they work, but the problem is that you need to really juggle 10 to 20 of them just to make even like a part-time income. There is one website that I would choose, that I recommend to everyone that I meet that is looking to make money online. There's one that I would choose if I had to start all over again, and I was looking for the fastest way to go from $0 to $10,000 per month. This is the website, and I'm going to be sharing that with you in a second. But before I got to the point of having my own office, being where I am today, working my own hours, I was working a 9 to 5, right? In the Florida heat, like I live in Florida, and I was working in the heat in a Tyvek suit doing manual labor, working with fiberglass. I hated it, hated it, hated it. Not only was I just like physically hating it, right, coming home covered in fiberglass dust, but every day, right, Sunday nights were the worst, thinking about waking up. And every day waking up, the repetition, it was just mind-numbing. It went on, and that same thing went on for so long. You know, if I just look back and wish I could just shake myself. It went on for so long until I finally tried to make some money online, right? I wanted to give it a shot. Well, I wound up failing over and over, over and over. And I thought really everybody was lying. There's no way that this actually works. I was at my wit's end, and I didn't think this worked. I thought everybody was renting stuff and faked it all. But when I finally met a few of the guys who I consider some of my closest friends today, that is when everything changed. Since then, I wake up when I want, not covered in fiberglass. We live in a condo right on the beach, and I can spend as much time with my family as I want. And again, that changed when I finally started listening to people who had what I wanted. Years ago, though, before this, we were spending an entire year. We were renting a room in a house with 3 other roommates. They were a bit older. They loved to drink and smoke quite a bit, which attracted a very shady audience. It just made life difficult, right? All those people there going in my kitchen in the morning, it was just uncomfortable, and obviously sleeping normal hours was out. So with that negative experience, before I got to where I am today, we had a conversation. I spoke to my wife and asked her, now that I'm at the point of making this full-time passive income thing, now that I'm here, where would you want to live if you could pick anywhere? And she picked the beach, and that's where we're living now. We went from that tiny apartment to living in a condo that is literally 4 times the size of that full thing just for us. At this point, right where I am today, I can honestly say that I'm in a mindset, and every day has been millions and light years ahead of anywhere where I've ever been in my life, right? I'm at a point where I feel free. I don't feel anxiety like I did. Obviously not every day is just the, sunshine and daisies, but for the most part, when you look at it compared to my previous, it's incredible. I'm living a life where I can literally just grab my laptop, work from wherever I want, whenever I want. And so that's what I want to share with you, right? If you want to learn how to create a full-time passive income online, I know this sounds buzzwordy, but just don't tune it out because of that. Where you can make money literally while you sleep, while you travel, or whatever you want to do, right? Play video games. I don't care. Whatever you want to do, if you would like to do that, check out the link below in the video description. I'll be sharing with you exactly how you can do that. But if you'd like to just stick to the simplicity of it all, feel free, no pressure. Check out my free YouTube videos. Consider clicking that subscribe button below. Like this video if you got any value from it, and let me know in the comments what you thought.